welcome back to another episode of our streaming safari. For today, we're going to look at owl eyes. So if you guys look around every day, we have our eyes facing the front of our heads. We can actually move our eyes to look around at our surroundings. That's called peripheral vision. However, owls do not have that peripheral vision, and so we're going to do that kind of project today. But before we get started, I just want to thank you guys all for tuning in. And any donations or any Amazon Smile purchases, we greatly appreciate it, and we can't do it without your support, so thank you so much. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive on into our experiment. I didn't bring my cart today, so I'm doing it on the Jeep. So what you'll need are 3 paper plates. I cheated a little bit because I didn't have time for the paint to dry for the streaming safari, so I went ahead and painted mine beforehand. So you can paint it, let it dry. You can use any colors that you want with paint and markers. They said use a fork or paintbrush for painting. If you want to have a little bit more streaky feathers, you can go ahead and use the forks to make it have that little bit of a pattern. And then we'll go ahead and start cutting up our pieces to make our owl, since we already have it painted. So I'm going to go ahead and put these 2 paper plates together, and we're going to make the first cut on here. So we're going to go across the bottom. So basically we're going to first start off by making our owl face. And then we're going to add on the eyes so you can see like an owl. Go ahead and cut that there. And you want to keep the 2 plates together just because when you make the eyes, you want the eyes to match where they're at. Scissors or an adult. For this part, you can probably use an adult. Just make sure you don't hurt yourself. And you want to go ahead and stab right through the little side here.
We got a hello from Cindy from Canada.
Hi Cindy, how are you? Alright, I'm going to stab. Definitely an adult for doing that little cut. And this way you can make sure that the eyes line up. So that's why you want to do both paper plates at the same time. And then definitely use an adult and adult supervision for this so you don't hurt yourself. We're lucky I didn't. I'm very graceful. My nickname is Grace because I'm not very graceful. And you can see Bentley behind me. He's my moral support on this project. And hopefully your owl eyes turned out a little bit prettier than mine. I have a little bit more of a sturdy paper plate. It had a little bit of a less sturdy paper plate for the project called for. This is just what we happen to have on hand. So we're just kind of using what we have.
We got a hi from a Jessica.
Hi Jessica, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Alright. My very awkward looking owl eyes, but they line up and they match, and that's the important part. So we're going to go ahead and separate the 2 paper plates. We're going to put that one to the side right there. Then we're going to make our next cut right over here. So we're going to have to make the eye pieces. So we see the eyes here. This is where the paper tube is going to come in. So we'll cut this, and you're going to want to make it cut down the center. So this is going to end up being 2 pieces, and then they're going to match up like this. And the reason why we're doing this will come into fruition very shortly. So we'll go ahead. The lions are talking over me. Bentley went to go yell at everyone at the back of the enclosure so they can hear him better.
Kathleen says hi to Bentley from Ohio.
Well, Bentley's saying hi right now as well. Although he's not saying it in the correct direction, obviously. He's telling everyone in the back this is his enclosure. You can actually hear them roar up to 5 miles away. They have really complex, fleshy vocal cords, so that way they can control the volume of their roar. All right. And then you want 1 long paper tube, and you're going to cut it in half. Again, adult supervision, or have an adult do this for you. So we don't want anyone getting any little cuts on their hands. And so you just want to cut it in half. And these are going to end up being your owl eyes. So we'll get to that piece. So we're going to go ahead and make some little cuts on the side. I went through so I remembered where to make all the cuts beforehand and traced everything out, including on my paper towel too. So we're going to make a couple of slits up so that there's 3 or 4 little bendy things. So you're going to go ahead and bend these this way. And that's what we'll do over here in a second. Let me just make the other cuts. You guys interested to see how this looks again? I am. Kylie, we were here. I've seen her, Keeper Kylie. She would have done a blue owl probably. I went more realistic because I just grabbed stuff that I had available. Hi Matt, welcome back. They said hi. Alright, so we've got all of our slits made. So then the next piece, so I told you this would come in play here. Guys, So we are open to the public, so we do have guests coming around too at the same time as we're doing the project, so it's a double twofer. We still are at limited capacity at this time.
Bird chat will be in 5 minutes. Ask a keeper near you for location.
So we want to do the paper towel tube in through this way so that the holes, we're going to end up putting it right here. And you're going to fold these over, and this is why the 2 extra pieces are important, so that way it actually looks like an owl when you're done. So we're going to go ahead and then fold these guys over. Just like that. And then again, you can do 3 or 4 slits, it's up to you. But you do just want to make sure that you're actually able to see out of your owl eye. Just like that. Go ahead and do the other one. And then I'm sorry, my mic keeps cutting in and out. Alright, so get this piece in. And then we'll fold this guy over so we can get our owl eye going here. Alright, so then it kind of looks like this. You can kind of see through. And then we're actually going to be using tape because I'm not sure if my glue stick actually works. So just use what you have. You can use hot glue if you want with an adult supervision, or you can use a glue stick. I'm using tape. MacGyvering is a really important skill as a zookeeper.
Yes,
You gotta learn how to MacGyver as a zookeeper. You may not always have the tools available. Zip ties are a zookeeper's best friend. So if you're, well, Christmas is what I was gonna say. If you're looking for a great Christmas gift for a zookeeper, zip ties, great gift. All right. One more piece of tape. Alright, and this is where this comes in handy so that it looks like an owl still, although you're still going to be able to see the tape. So if you want to, what you can do, I just painted this ahead of time. You can paint this after you do all of the menagerie here, so that way it looks a little bit cleaner than mine. I'm not really going for clean here, I'm going more for the experiment so you guys can actually see what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this guy right here. And right here. And again, you guys can use glue. You can take your time on this project. We're pretty busy, so we don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to do this real quick. You can kind of see it coming together.
Looks great.
Justice with my owl looks great. I don't think so, but no time. Alright, and so the last cut and the last plate, we're going to get 2 ears, which they aren't really actual ears. It's more like feather tufts, because owls actually have the little pinholes for their ears on the sides of their heads. They don't actually have ears that stick up. So these are actually more of the feather tufts, not so much actual ears. Alright, and then we also got our beak. Birds have beaks, so we have to have our beak. And there's a lot of different types of owls too, so if you wanted to do like a white snow owl, like in Harry Potter, you guys are welcome to do that as well. I, again, was just going brown and yellow just to make it really easy. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and tape our guy on there. And again, you guys can make your owl look a lot better than mine. I am not an artist, I'm definitely a zookeeper. Art is not my forte. Alright, one more piece of tape, and then we're going to see how it works. So again, like I said, we have peripheral vision, so we can actually move our eyes without moving our head to kind of see around. Owls aren't able to do that. They actually have to turn their head in order to be able to see. So this will kind of give you that advantage. So on the back side, you see here, you got your little pinholes, and my ear's falling down. Again, not an artist. So you're going to look through here, and you're going to notice you can't see side to side. So owls actually have to turn their heads, and they can turn them really far and able to see. Hi, Bentley. How are you? You see them really close. But that's how owls actually have to turn their heads and look around in order to see their surroundings. They can't just do what you and I can do, turn those eyes without turning our head. So that's just a fun little experiment. And again, not the best looking owl, but it serves its purpose. You have a question?
I do have a question from Caitlin. Caitlin says owls are one of my favorites. Do you have a favorite owl fact?
No. I don't. I like the ear thing though. They don't actually have ears. It's actually just feather tufts, and they have the pinholes on the side, and that's actually how they're able to hear.
Awesome.
And they, how about owl pellets? So they'll get their prey. So it could be like little rodents and things like that, and they'll digest it, but they actually bring the fur and the bones back up, and they're called owl pellets. How about that, Caitlin?
Awesome.
All right. Well, we thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We still are operating at limited capacity, so we appreciate any donations and any Amazon Smile purchases you throw our way. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll have a project for you guys next week. Bye.